Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today what I want to do is have, I guess what you might call an addenda to my state of the collection. Uh, for some reason, two of my favorite watches were left out. I'm using beta software for editing, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do it anyway. and so I have these two, literally two of my favorite watches in the collection, and ones that I have no intention of ever parting with. And then plus I have this little eccentric group of ones that I'll talk about in a bit. But right now I want to start off with two watches from H. Moser et Compagnie. The first one is the Henry double hairspring, caliber 324.607. Thing about this watch that I like is so many things. It's a good size watch. I put a green, really dark green ABP Concepts Paris band on it. The original band is fine. I still have that one too, but I like that green band. This watch has a double hairspring, and you say, well, so what? Mine's got one and it works perfectly well. The reason a double hairspring is that you have the shaft for the balance. So the old balance is going like this and like this. And what the double hairspring does, it sort of offsets the torque. One is going this way and the other one is going this way and keeping time. But what they do is that they keep the shaft on a steady point instead of moving around as the goes one way or the other. I used to fly, and the guys who had twin engine airplanes, you had the propellers going in opposite directions so that the torque wouldn't pull them one way or the other. I had a single engine plane and the torque would always pull it to one way, so you had to give it opposite rudder so that in taking off you could feel it pulling, and you just tap the rudder somewhat so that it would stay down the center line. Double hairspring is one of those constant force mechanisms that actually works. And this watch is white gold. It has I don't know how you describe the dial on it, but it's a heavy watch. Like I said, it's white gold, but it has heft. I think would be a better way of describing it. And I happen to like heft in a watch. This one has got 96 hours. It's about a 4-day reserve. But like all H. Moser watches, they give you 4 days of where the spring is at it's the sweet point between the 60% between the 20% at the top and the 20% at the bottom. It's either too powerful or too weak, relatively speaking. But this is a wonderful watch. One of the funny things about this watch, I used to tell everybody, I said, this is a wonderful, wonderful watch. For whatever reason, they weren't crazy about it. Now I cannot find it. I was looking right before I started talking today, couldn't find one. Really a heck of a watch. By the way, too, one of the reasons after I got it, I called or wrote somebody at H. Moser, and I talked to one of their engineers, and I asked him, I said, how come you quit making them? And he said, the complexity was just too much or too expensive. However, the good news is they're not making any more Henry double hairsprings, but they do have double hairsprings in some of the models of H. Moser watches. Now, my other watch, and it's my other H. Moser watch that I'm wearing right now, is the H. Moser et Compagnie Endeavor Center Seconds. And this is the old Center Seconds. They have newer ones that are different than this. So this one was, I think, originally called the Monard. Not a very good name. And then I think they changed it later to the Endeavor Center Seconds. This is the caliber HMC 343 hand wound, 18,000 semi-oscillations per hour, and 168-hour reserve. In other words, a 7-day reserve. Here's another watch that is just, I got an orange band for it. Both of these, this band is from, I'm trying to think how I go to, Jean Rousseau. This is a Jean Rousseau band, and I just took the original H. Moser gold buckle off of it. This is rose gold. Another fantastic watch. Now, both of these watches have what's called a Straumann hairspring. And so what about a Straumann hairspring? They're extremely important. They're made of niobium and titanium and some other metal, sort of a secret sauce, I guess. And they are pretty close to non-magnetic, and so you're not going to get a magnetic interference on it, which is really great, and you can adjust it. Two more features too. They both have a power reserve indicator. Now you're looking at that picture, you say, I don't see one. The reason you don't see one is it's on the back, which I thought was a great idea. So this is my other, the other two that I should have had included in the collection review, and I didn't. Not because they were there. I just was messing with the software too much and missed it. Now, one other thing I want to mention, there's a movement called Jaquet 736 that something like, I think it's from like around the late 1990s, and this movement is in a lot of different watches, and it was one of the few shape movements that came from a company. It was called Jaquet SA, and the most shapes, like other than round, have a round movement in it. Well, this one, Jaquet took, we think, we're not sure, a Pazoo 7001, ETA 7001, and reorganized it into the 736. I can't guarantee that. I've been trying to find out, and I couldn't. The person who invented it had to go to prison because for dumb, just being dumb, really, more than anything else. He and some other clowns tried to, they stole some gold watch cases for Rolexes, and they were going to make some phony Rolexes. Just he got kicked out of Swiss watchmaking. But he left behind this Jaquet 736 after he had to go to prison. The principals who also were part owner of Jaquet 736 changed the name to La Joux Pereire, which was, I think it is now owned by Citizens Watches, but they're doing pretty much the same thing. It's the same address as the old Jaquet SA. But to me, this was like, wow, what an interesting collection of these watches. And there's all kinds of them. I gave away, I had this is Jaquet Rose, one by Denhill, another by JaegerLeCoultre that has nothing to do with Jean-Pierre Jaquet, who designed it. Maurice Lacroix. There are some other ones out there with this movement. Some of the more interesting ones also include RGM by Murphy's Watch Company. Really a watch movement that's been used by a lot of different people. It was an interesting thing, so I thought I'd collect the watches. Anyway, that is sort of totals my collection. And any comments, I'd like to hear what you think. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Opportunity to subscribe if you like.